the Twin Towers collapsing to the ground, black smoke billowing up from the Pentagon, the wreckage of Flight 93 in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where the actions of heroic citizens saved even more heartbreak and destruction. And yet we know that the worst images are those that were unseen to the world. The empty seat at the dinner table, children who were forced to grow up without their mother or their father, parents who would never know the feeling of their child's embrace, nearly 3,000 citizens taken from us, leaving a gaping hole in our hearts. On September 11th, 2001, in our time of grief, the American people came together. We offered our neighbors a hand, and we offered the wounded our blood. We reaffirmed our ties to each other and our love of community and country. On that day, no matter where we came from, what God we prayed to, or what race or ethnicity we were united as one American family.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar.
Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
The fact is that Donald Trump said within 2 weeks he will take action. He could have taken action the very next hour. He said within 2 weeks. He did not say he's going to wait 2 weeks. He said within 2 weeks. And he's a man who he lives up to his word. And I can tell you that this is evolving exactly in the way that geopolitical analysis would lead it to evolve. With China basically joining hands with Iran, I think the Israelis will get a shock, because they have been trying to cultivate the Chinese now for decades. And now I think they'll be given a rude reality check on that. And the US is inevitable it comes in, because it is not going to allow a nuclearized Iran. There's no question about that. It's not going to allow it. And so what we are witnessing is the beginning of of something that could be international ramifications. You already got China into it. I hope, for Russia's sake, that Putin is not going lockstep with China, but he declines from giving massive assistance to Iran, because that is going to help the US diplomacy under Donald Trump. But all in all, I know what side India is on. India is on the side of the democracies. Prime Minister Modi is on the side of the democracies. He understands geopolitics very well. And Trump also understands geopolitics very well. I know Putin also understands geopolitics very well. And it's in Russia's interest to ensure that it does not join with China in a full-scale attempt, a futile attempt, if I may say so, to try and assist Iran. So I'd like to say what we are seeing now is a very significant development that has been really brewing for so many years, since Cold War 2.0 between the US and China in particular. Other democracies also came. And now it is bursting into a kinetic phase. And I'm not surprised by that. I don't think anybody who has studied that analysis or read those analyses will be surprised. I'm only saying that Russia is an imponderable, there's no doubt about it. And China, I think Israelis have got a reality check on China. And I think I applaud President Trump for acting the way he did and preventing a nuclearized Iran. I applaud him I can tell you, I know firsthand this government in India and President Trump on the basic strategic issues, they see eye to eye. And Prime Minister Modi and President Trump see eye to eye.
From your smart screens to your smart television, the trending stories are always breaking the internet. We tell you today how the closing down of the Strait of Hormuz could affect India and the world. Also, the situation between Iran and Israel is escalating. Iran has hit Israel in the latest with a multiple warhead Qadr-H missile. What does it mean? We'll tell you that. And from the world of cricket, it's good news. We get you the latest from Leeds as Indian batters are on a roll. Century for KL Rahul, and Pant is almost just few runs away from another ton in Leeds. We have this and a lot more power-packed bulletin. I'm Rakshita Mishra, and that's what's trending today. As tensions in the Middle East continues to escalate, viewers, the world is holding its breath. What began as a regional conflict is now sending shockwaves through global markets, triggering dramatic economic shifts from Asia to America. So viewers, this comes after the US intensified its involvement in West Asia, striking key Iranian nuclear sites, bombing it with the B-2 bombers. But it's a sudden closure of the Strait of Hormuz now, viewers. It's a crucial maritime artery for global oil trade that is now sending alarm bells ringing in the financial hubs across the world. It's an interconnected world where geopolitical tensions can destabilize the economic landscapes in the blink of an eye. Markets are reacting with a vengeance. And as oil price surged to their highest levels in 5 months and Asian stocks dipping sharply, the ripple effect is already being felt, especially in nations like India that rely heavily on the Gulf oil imports. What happens next could have far-reaching consequences, not just for regional stability, but for global energy markets, the trade routes, and the economies across continents. So today we delve into this escalating crisis in West Asia and how India is bracing for a turbulent, or what could be a turbulent economic ride in face of these unpredictable developments. For more on this, I have my colleague in fact, Pranav, who is joining us from the business desk as to what really the closure means for India. Now, Pranav, tell us more, because the Strait of Hormuz is very important for the global oil supply, and for India as well, it's very important for the crude oil especially. But if it takes effect, what impact could it have on India?
Well, actually, Rakshita, precisely. I mean, Gulf of Hormuz, what is Gulf of Hormuz? Strait of Hormuz is primarily a small channel which is about 33 kilometer wide, and at its narrowest point, it's about 3 kilometer wide. Now, this channel is necessarily a small portion that connects the Middle East, or so to say, the oil-rich nations to the entire world via Arabian Sea. So, obviously, when Iran has decided to block, or the Iranian parliament has decided to block the Strait of Hormuz, it necessarily means that the oil supplies to the entire world are going to be affected. And India imports about 66% of LPG from across the the Middle Eastern region, though not entirely. All of it comes from Gulf of Hormuz. So India will definitely be affected. It remains to be seen how long Iran continues to block the Strait of Hormuz. That is what will decide the impact on Indian markets and the prices, so to say.
And we're also talking about the limited alternatives that India has, because there is a lot of talk about how this can rise and it cost India billions, and at the same time, what can India do, in fact, to mitigate such effects?
Well, the good thing is that India has good diplomatic relations with Iran as well as Israel. So Indian markets have in that sense been isolated from the conflict. That's point number one. Point number two, as Minister Hardeep Singh Puri yesterday said that, Iran or Gulf is not the only place from where India imports its oil and petroleum products, raw material. So India definitely has other sources from where, just to give you an example, Russia, for instance, from where it imports oil and oil-related other raw material. So in that sense, the risk is mitigated, and in that sense, India will be less impacted, is what analysts believe.
Right. Pranav, thanks so much for joining us with those details coming in on that story that we are closely tracking, viewers. So now it's time to take a quick look at the trends that are running hot on social media and, of course, on the internet. More coming in from West Asia today. The U.S. Air Force's B-2 Spirit bombers have safely returned to Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri after carrying out a daring 36-hour mission to strike Iranian nuclear facilities. As part of Operation Midnight Hammer, 7 stealth aircraft executed precision strikes on key nuclear sites, deploying 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs and dealing a significant blow to the Iranian nuclear program. The Israeli Defense Forces carried out a series of coordinated airstrikes on 6 Iranian air bases, significantly impairing Tehran's ability to conduct the aerial operations. The strikes targeted key military infrastructure, including the runways, underground hangars, and refueling aircraft and Iranian fighter jets like the F-14, the F-5, and the AH-1 types. Now, amid the ongoing Middle East conflict, the Israeli Defense Forces have also released footage showing strikes on Iranian airfields that destroyed several aircraft, including the Tomcats, and the operation carried out on the 21st and 22nd of June using the Israeli jets and drones targeted 6 military bases. Russian President Vladimir Putin has expressed support for Iran, calling the US-Israel strikes illegitimate and violating international law. He met with the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, discussing ways to address the situation. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or the IRGC, launched the 21st wave of Operation True Promise 3, targeting Israel with solid and liquid-fueled missiles and smart drones. The operation aims to exploit weaknesses in Israel's air defense systems. As reported by Iranian state television, the gate of Evin prison in Tehran was hit in an Israeli strike. The prison is known for holding regime dissidents, and the strike may be part of Israel's efforts to target Iranian military and strategic sites. And in a fresh retaliation, Israel has now launched missiles on Iranian IRGC headquarters in Karaj. Watch this video that is captured mere seconds after the strike. It's running on your screens. A giant banner featuring US President Donald Trump and the words, "Thank you, Mr. President," appeared on a central highway in Tel Aviv on Sunday, shortly after American airstrikes targeted 3 major nuclear facilities in Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the strikes as very successful, calling Trump's decision a pivot of history in a video message. Netanyahu added that action would significantly reshape the security across West Asia and the world. And on to the news from England viewers. Indian wicketkeeper batter Rishabh Pant has notched up his half century. In fact, he's close to a century, what I'm told, in the latest in England. He's in fact on 98 as we speak. This is on day 4 of the first test at Headingley in Leeds. And Rishabh Pant blazed his way through the opposition's bowling attack. So 98 up for Pant, and of course everybody waiting with a bated breath for that very important century, the second one here in the same test match. He's already racked up 134 runs, as I was telling you, in the first innings, showcasing his incredible form. The left-hander absolutely on fire, playing shots all around the ground with ease. And in fact, it is a century today for KL Rahul as well, who was absolute class personified. He swept Shoaib Bashir's full delivery to perfection, raising it to the boundary for 4 runs. And what a composed knock he's playing today. He's looking exceptional in both the innings, learning from his misjudged shot in the first innings and converting his start into a big score in the second. And not to forget about Jasprit Bumrah. Boom Boom Bumrah demonstrating why he's the heartbeat of India's bowling attack with an incredible fifer that kept the visitors just ahead in the first test match. In a clip that is now going viral, Bumrah reflected on the dropped catches. He remained composed in the face of constant disappointment from his fielders, including 2 drops from Yashasvi Jaiswal and a spill from the normally dependable Ravindra Jadeja. In fact, he said, I quote, "I am disappointed for a second when catches are dropped. It's a part and parcel of the game. The guys are new and working so hard. I don't want to create a scene and put more pressure on them. Nobody is doing it intentionally, so they will learn from this experience," unquote. And in fact, viewers, Bumrah has also acknowledged the conditions there. But remember, viewers, as we speak, Rishabh Pant is nearing a ton, and for more on this, I have my colleague Himanshu joining us live in the broadcast from the digital floor. Now, Himanshu, Rishabh Pant has been on a roll this time around, and we've seen a lot of maturity as well, the way he's been playing. In the first innings, we saw that ton coming up, and now again he's on his way to another.
Rakshita, we have a strange situation. We have one of India's 2 most dynamic cricketers, Rishabh Pant, who is now probably, he has played 12 balls and he still wants that century. He's just too short of it. So all of the entire India is actually waiting to see that century. If he does score those 2 runs, he will be the first Indian wicketkeeper batsman to score a century in England in both the innings. So that's a feat, and what a remarkable feat and what a remarkable turnaround, especially when you see he came out of that injury. Now talk about Jasprit Bumrah. Now fast bowlers are known to throw tantrums, but here you saw 3 catches dropped, but Bumrah maintaining his calm and composure. What a sight it was. So there's a lot to learn for the young cricketers who are coming in from Jasprit Bumrah, that even like when you have the ball in hand, you don't need to throw tantrums. The death stares and all can wait. Your ball can do the talking. That's it from my side. For now, the test is evenly poised. If India manages to score another 100 and probably give England a chase of 300 on the last day, Headingley, though the batting looks pretty easy as of now, the way KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant have batted, but never know, chasing almost 300 plus on a final day, England can crumble. India have a foot on the door towards victory here.
Right. In fact, Himanshu, we have to in fact talk about KL Rahul as well here. He's been, of course, really struggling to maintain his consistency, but this time he has, in fact, okay, I'm told that Rishabh Pant is on 99. I hope there are no nervous 90. I don't want to jinx it, but with Rishabh Pant, you can actually, you can feel him, taking that somersault again, and we might just see that viral celebration or maybe another one. But yes, we have to talk about the class of KL Rahul. He has really converted the start this time again, learning from his mistake also.
Shades of Rahul Dravid in KL Rahul. He has been composed, he has been calm, he has taken runs. He has run for those singles and doubles. It's a story, it's an innings that's not like too many flashy shots. It's an innings that he has actually built on. And that time, especially at a time when he was struggling with his form, KL Rahul, I think he has done a magnificent work. He has really concentrated hard. And that's a story where you can say that if things are not going your way, you need to put your head down and then probably do that perseverance. So that exactly an innings of perseverance you can say here from KL Rahul in Headingley.
Right, Himanshu, thanks so much for joining us with those details coming in, viewers. So, yes, as we speak, Rishabh Pant is on 99 and he could be in for another ton. And Indian batters, of course, have been outperforming everyone this time. And, of course, given the foreign conditions, we've seen Rishabh Pant has always performed so well. And that's, of course, one of the biggest, headlines that is coming out. He's now the, the vice captain also. So, a lot of responsibility for him, and he has been leading from the front. We shift our focus to other trends that we are in fact running very, very fast on social media right now. Entering the space race, Honda has become the first company outside the US and China to successfully launch and land a reusable rocket, reaching an altitude of 271.4 meters in a 56.6-second flight. The company aims to develop the technology for suborbital launches by 2029. Genesis Yasmin Mohan Raj, also known as Tommy Genesis, has sparked controversy with her latest music video. The Canadian rapper with Indian roots drew a lot of ire after she dressed as Ma Kali, the Hindu goddess, and the video has been met with the accusations of cultural and religious insensitivity. Diljit Dosanjh is facing heavy backlash for casting Pakistani actor Hania Amir in Sardarji 3 amid the latest India-Pakistan tensions. The film's Indian release has been halted and Diljit has chosen to premiere it overseas instead. Remember, the release was suspended after the Pahalgam terror attack. Top Air India SATS officials were caught dancing at a DJ party just days after the tragic crash of Air India flight AI-171 that killed more than 200 people. The company has apologized, but the incident has sparked outrage and intensified scrutiny over the airline's operation. And of course, with this video coming up, people are questioning the seriousness. Zunil de Hoyos Mendes, alias Amy Muscle, a Colombian bodybuilding athlete, was found beaten to death with a hammer at a luxury residence on Spain's Costa del Sol, and her partner Jarrod Gelling was also found dead with self-inflicted stab wounds, sparking a murder-suicide investigation. A video showing a man and a woman narrowly escaping an LPG cylinder blast has gone viral on social media, amassing 13 million views at least. The clip, captured by a CCTV installed in the building, shows the date as 18th of June and the word mess supered on it. Terrifying clip generated a lot of reactions on platforms like X, where users pointed out that the two lives were saved because the door and windows of the room were open. And viewers, the latest update coming in is that Rishabh Pant has hit another century. So this is his second century in Leeds. And once again, we see Rishabh Pant with his swashbuckling performance in Senna countries. This time in England, he has once again proved that why he is one of the biggest stars right now as far as the young guns amongst the batting lineup is concerned. Viewers, with that, we will be slipping into a short break. That's all from our side in this edition of Trending. Thanks for watching.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा